Minimax has launched their agent, and I would call it a creative agent. But then the next question is it any good? My name is Rosh, and I'm the co-host of the Creative AI Show, where we are two creative guys talking AI, and in this video, we're talking about the launch of Minimax and their agent. Now, they have had other products that we're very familiar with, such as Hailuo, the image video generator, and they've had chat for quite a while too. And now they have an agent. But what's the difference between a chat bot and an agent? Well, I think the biggest difference is that an agent is proactive, meaning you can ask it to do something and it will take the initiative to do stuff, where a chatbot literally is just chatting back and forth or executing commands like create an image of a dog. Chatbots can do that, such as ChatGPT or Gemini and so forth. So an agent actually takes on multiple tasks and can be proactive to find the resources that are needed. When you sign in, you'll have this window right here, which will give you a few options, such as adding files for context or attaching other resources via their MCP market. Let's take a look. Here are some of the tools you can connect with that can give added depth. One nice thing is that you have a MySQL server, but you also have access to GitHub, and Google Maps is preloaded, as well as the connection to the Minimax MCP. One nice thing is they give you some ideas to work with. Sometimes when you're dealing with a blank canvas, you have a little writer's block or creativity block. And so you can go through and see what types of things have been made with this agent so far. So you can kind of get a gauge in terms of its strengths and weaknesses. Now, I created a 3-minute meditation, and I found that under multimodal. And here it is right here. What you can do is click on details for all of these, and it'll actually show you the process that it went through. These are actually replays. It's actually not going through the process right now. It's a replay of what it did, what it's looking at. And it gives you an idea of the depth, as you can see all of these websites that it's going to get information. You'll also notice that it'll write Python code to help create what you're looking for. And what we're looking for is basically, again, a 3-minute meditation. If you don't want to wait, you can go directly to results. And the nice thing about the results is that you can actually download the files. And so right here is the actual audio that I ultimately want. So we can download it. So I just clicked on the downloaded MP3.
Find a comfortable position, perhaps sitting upright in a chair with your feet flat on the floor, or lying down. Allow your hands to rest gently in your lap or by your sides.
And there you go. In a few moments, we'll create a postcard together and I'll show you the process, but I'd like to show you what I tried to do the other day. And it's something I was doing in another video recently, and I uploaded this bag right here. And my request was for it to create a flyer using that bag. However, I wanted it in an oat field background, like we were doing in the other video. Here is the task summary, and this is what it created. And as you can see, there are a lot of problems, especially as it relates to the logo and the name of the company. Now, I believe I made an error in this process, and I said create with an oak background versus an oat field background. I believe that was an issue that I created, but still, it did a pretty good job in terms of those interpretations, but ultimately, it didn't do what I had asked in terms of keeping this bag as the main focus. And I don't know what a gestalt is either. I tried again, and this is what I got, and again here, which again is not what I was looking for. Obviously, it was a high bar because we're dealing with text, and it needed to look just like the image I uploaded. So let's create a postcard for an event coming up and see what happens. To do that, click on New Task. This is rather specific. Create a postcard with a blue and orange theme for an upcoming auto show in downtown Roshville. No, there's no such thing as Roshville. Maybe there should be. 123 Oak Street, August 5th. I hope you don't show up because no one will be there. add a coupon for a free ice cream at the barn, I would go for that. But again, we're just making it up. But let's see what Minimax Agent creates for us. So as you can see, it shows the thinking in the process. So first you have your task outline. You can view all files here, which you can then download. And here is our car show postcard. I like it. So I'm going to say that if you allow the AI to do its own thing and don't give it too much information that it has to follow. So looking deeper, we can see some errors down here at the bottom. Present this coupon at the barn for a ice cream cone valid August 3rd, 2026. So there's an error there. But I think overall it's a reasonable design. And I think that ultimately we can tell that Minimax is having trouble with text and words. But so I wouldn't give it a lot of, say, imagery that it needs to follow exact based on those other examples. But let's do one more where it's actually creating images along with our request. This prompt is creating a slide deck, a PowerPoint presentation, which is available, so we're not stretching the boundaries here, about states in the Midwest. And we're asking to include imagery that represents the landscape of each state. So we're not asking for, say, specific buildings or locations, and share high points, let's say our highlights about the state, and when is the best time to visit. And run. Oh. Like many agents, it will stop and ask you for your input. And I'm just going to say yes. This is fine. All right, that took about 45, 50 minutes to complete. It was pretty intense. A lot of stuff going on, a lot of elements in this process. And this is what we have. We have a website, we have a PDF, and we have a PowerPoint. So let's check out the website. Okay, here we are. Created by Minimax Agent. You can see down below. Play slides. Oh, we can do a grid. Ah, here they all are. Look at that. Okay, let's play the slides. Okay, that's a few of them. I'll leave a link to this in the comments below. But we have a PowerPoint that we can download, as well as a PDF. So yes, it was slow, but I'm going to let you be the judge if it's good. Again, the link will be in the description. And you can decide if it is doing a good job, especially within the text, the quality of the imagery that's related to each state. Make your own judgment as to what the value of this, giving it the prompts, and then waiting about 50 minutes. And look, you can probably make adjustments to this if needed, but I think it would be tough to say, hey, just put a period right here. I mean, that's not going to happen. But if you can download and maybe use Photoshop or possibly a PowerPoint, some sort of editing tool, if that was easily possible, then yeah, this would be good. But if you're stuck with the final result, no matter what, there may be some issues, because I certainly wouldn't want to spend another 45 minutes to see the next rendering. This is the first generation of creative AI agents, and I know HeyGen has one coming out, and other platforms are beginning to release theirs really between now and the end of the year. So we'll see more and more of this, and we'll probably, as creative AI directors, pick the platform we like best, and we'll probably have to pay for it. It probably won't be that much compared to what we could do for people. And yes, people could do it themselves, but when you get the prompt system down and have the ability to understand how to support the agent and work with the agent to create the best outcome, you're going to have a valuable skill. If you want to hear more about AI for the creative, check into the Creative AI Show every Monday on this YouTube channel and your favorite podcast location. I'll see you in the next video.